Welcome, strangers, to my mama done told me. We are here to talk to each other about, I don't know what. What are we talking about? Lauren, what's our topic for today? Wait, I'm Jeff. I'm one of the hosts. That's my mom. She's one of the hosts. That's my sister. She's another one of the hosts. We're a three-host throast.
Throast.
A throast.
With the most.
A throast podcast.
We're the throstest with the mostest.
With the mostest. I'm going to turn you down.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Totes preach.
Okay, what's our topic to talk about?
Our topic to talk about today is whether or not, or whether we consider ourselves extroverts,
Extrovert.
extroverts,
Or
introverts.
Okay. Extroverted or introverted?
I feel like sometimes people think of me one way, and I think of myself the opposite. Is that true?
People think that you're an extrovert? Mm-hmm. I think I get the same thing.
I do.
Yeah.
Get the same thing.
But
I think I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, you're going to say you're a functioning introvert.
I was going to say that because I
That's what I am.
don't feel like I can't talk to people.
Right.
I don't feel uncomfortable in situations.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Most
sometimes.
situations.
Most situations I don't, but I feel like I come across as an extrovert, but in my own mind, I feel like I definitely need alone time to recharge.
Me too.
Me too.
Yeah, I can't function without having a good amount of introverted time.
Right.
But I'm with you. I can go, and I think we've said it on our show before. I don't mind being in front of people. I'll go up to someone and talk to them. It's all good. But I don't consider myself an extrovert.
Yeah.
Because when I think of an extrovert, and maybe we should do some looking up on what the definitions are, but when I think of an extrovert, I think of someone with basically unlimited social energy. Someone who wants to go out and
Almost has the need to do that. Has
Yeah.
the need to seek out the social
right,
interaction.
and maybe even has a hard time being by themselves, where I don't.
Right.
If I don't have some alone time, I burn out real quick.
Me
and I
too.
get real irritable and I get real frustrated. But I also don't have, but I do have a social need as well. If I spend too much time by myself, it's a lot. Now, don't get me wrong. I can spend a lot of time by myself, but when I do get to a point where I look forward to time with other people as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think the older I get, the less I like the social, really active social things where there's a lot of people and
Yeah. Do you have times when you feel more introverted than others?
you mean like there's a certain reason why I would feel that way?
However you want to take that question.
Well, I just think no.
Yeah.
I think holiday time, you always feel like, oh, yeah, I want to go to a party. It's Christmas and let's go do this and let's go do that. But anymore, I'm happier just being at home or being in a small group of
Yeah.
people that I know and love and not really needing to. I think even since COVID, and I hate to
Yeah, no.
put
I
anything
think
on
it's-
COVID and blame everything on COVID, but I really liked it when we weren't going places. And I think I really got more into realizing how much I like to be away from all of that.
There was my wife and I are pretty introverted for the most part. We're homebodies. And COVID kind of ruined some things for us, and not to go down that road too much, but we used to really enjoy going out to eat together, going out to breakfast together, things like that. But once COVID happened and we weren't doing that, then as things lifted, we don't do that as much.
Right.
Now, it doesn't mean we don't spend time together, because we'll get up and have coffee together and whatnot. But we just don't wake up and go, hey, let's go to breakfast like we used to.
Yep.
it's very.
We don't go to movies. We used to go to
Yeah.
movies all the time, and
used
we
to do that
never
too.
go to movies anymore.
Yeah.
That I think partially has to do with how readily available entertainment
Yep.
is
At
at
home.
home.
Yeah, but
And
it's
the
still not the same
cost
as
and- no.
it's
Well, and
yeah.
all the movies, you don't have to wait for it to come out
Wait
on
2 months and
I mean, it's not very long.
Right.
And there was one that I don't remember what it was that we were talking about seeing in the theater. And by
Yeah.
the time we had
was
decided let's do it, it was
on
already on
Netflix.
HBO Max
Yep.
or whatever,
Yep.
So it wasn't
Yeah.
wasn't a big deal. It was like, oh, well, I guess we'll watch it for free instead.
Did you look up a
So I looked
definition?
up, this is just on Wikipedia, and it says introversion, well, introverts, it says introversion, but underneath it says they seek less stimulation, recharge, reflect in quiet. This isn't really making a whole lot of sense, but I'm going to read it anyway. Think before they speak. They value one-on-one friendships. They favor independence, avoid being the center of attention, and value deep experiences. And then in extroversion.
Hold on, before you move on to extroversion, the only one of those that I don't see in myself is sometimes I like being the center of attention.
You don't say. No.
I don't always want to be, but there are times where I do.
I don't ever want to be the
Get
center
some-
of
I
attention.
don't necessarily think it's a never for me, but it's very rare where I want to be the center of attention. I don't like to be like, I don't like when people sing happy birthday to me. I don't
Yeah.
want to be the person at the restaurant where they bring the cake
You know,
out.
Yeah,
when I
put the
when I
little
say that,
sombrero on your head.
Yeah, I don't
when I
want
say
that.
that, I think that maybe I'm almost backpedaling a little bit because it's more of just liking some attention as opposed to wanting to be the center of attention. Because
Right.
when you say those things, I don't really like everyone in the room turning and looking at me unless it's something that I controlled. You know,
Right,
if I'm hosting an event at work or something, then I'm expecting.
Because I feel the same way. I like to teach,
Yeah. Yep.
but and so that
And
that
that is the
automatically
center of
puts you as the
attention.
center of
Yeah.
attention. But it's not like the bride,
Right.
You know,
Right.
I don't want to be
or
the bride.
if you're like winning an award, there's something different about that too,
Sure,
where it's like,
recognition.
ooh, I don't necessarily want to have to walk up there, but I will because I'm being recognized for something that
And
I've
that feels nice.
done and it feels good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you mean about that though.
And I think I've gotten a lot better as I get older at
And not caring so much
and
about
not caring so
yeah.
much because there was a time in my life where that would have petrified me.
Yeah.
It would have just stopped me dead and
Right.
like, nope, I ain't going up there.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I don't want to be, I don't want to look like a fool. I don't want to look embarrassed. I don't want to, but now I'm going, I don't really care if I look like a fool. Like
Yeah, who cares?
it's all good. I'm whatever. So I think maybe I've
But you're not
come
going
up-
to seek out like
Yeah.
and go, do a spoken word thing or like,
Yeah.
like
unless that was something I
Unless-
decided to be passionate about. But
like for me, I have no desire whatsoever to do any kind of performing. Whereas my fiance is like,
yeah, that's what he does.
He
that's his
does
whole
it all
thing.
the
He
time,
wants
yeah.
to, if he could have a spotlight like following him
Following
around
him around.
everywhere, he'd probably be okay with that.
Right.
Whereas me, I'm like, I don't want,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so extroverts.
And then it says extroverts seek greater stimulation, energize around people instead of in quiet. They think out loud, large social network, thrive in teams or crowds, enjoy being the center of attention, and value broad experience.
Kind of wish we had an extrovert here right
Yeah,
Yeah,
now.
we
me
don't
too,
because
we
we're all
don't.
kind of the same
Right.
here. We should have had Zach on.
I know.
Yeah, we should have.
Yeah,
Yeah, you read those things and I almost cringe at almost every
I
one of
know.
them.
Me
I
too.
know. I can't re-energize being around people. In order for me to like really recharge, I have to be by myself.
I
It
can
has
go
to be
take a nap and
quiet.
that-
It has to be, I have to
Yep.
be doing something quiet by myself, whether that's, reading or watching TV or just
yeah.
having a quiet meal or whatever, but I just need to have it be like I find myself even at work, I'd rather have my earbuds in listening to music or an audiobook or something or a podcast than
To talk to people
to
around
be
you.
standing up talking. And not that I never do that. I do it quite
Right.
often, but I am more apt to be in my own world and not paying attention to what's going on around me than some of my coworkers
Yeah.
that sit next to me, you know.
Yep. Mom, thoughts?
No, I
Okay.
don't really have many.
So-
I'm in total agreement. I mean, and the
Yeah.
more, and I used to think it, I mean, very social, and I like to go out and be with people. And like you guys said, I'm able to do things in front of a crowd and teaching and all that kind of thing. But
I think it's important to note the difference between introverted and antisocial too.
Right.
Because introversion does not, there's nothing that said antisocial.
No.
right,
Because I think the three of us are very social introverts. But if this is a video game and I have a battery or a life meter up here, when I'm in a crowd or even here, I mean, you guys don't drain me like a crowd does or like, you know, but any social interaction, you know, we go to trivia for 2 hours. By the time I'm done with trivia, that battery meter is blinking red.
Yeah.
Right.
and
know?
there's certain people that can drain that battery too.
Much
I
quicker.
have some
Absolutely,
that
yeah.
I know some people that I just am exhausted after being with them for like,
That doesn't mean I don't like them.
I like them and I even
It just has to be, yeah.
small amounts.
And I don't get amped up off of the, you know, you throw a bunch of stuff at me. Some people eat that up and they go, okay, now I'm energized, and you
Yeah.
know, and it's probably why I never got into sports or anything like that, because that's a lot of the sport mentality, like smack each other on the butt and, you know, rock your helmet and
Rev 'em
and
up, you know?
that's never been me.
Right.
I'm going, no, I'm going to go take a nap. Every day
Yeah.
after work, I come home and I take a nap. Mostly not because I need sleep. It's
just need the
because
quiet.
I need to come home, just take that half an hour to an hour to just shut off. I sit on my phone for like 10 minutes and then I sleep or just close my eyes. Sometimes I don't sleep. But I
Yeah.
just close my eyes and I sit there. More often than not, I sleep. But and then I wake up. Thankfully, I'm the kind of person who can take a nap like that and
too.
get up and be
Yeah.
active again. Where some people can't. They wake up and they're a zombie for the
Yeah,
rest of the night,
right.
and they can't sleep in the
That or
night.
they can't. Yeah. That or they can't go back to sleep later.
Yeah, but I need that in order to recharge,
Yeah,
and I know you guys do too.
I
Yeah.
do.
Oh, I definitely.
I definitely do too.
I don't take naps every day, but I do need to, you know, there'll be times where I just need to have no music on, no TV on, no, you know, conversation or anything. Or if, you know, sometimes if you have like a significant other or something
Yeah.
that is talking to them isn't draining.
Right.
It's just, you know, sometimes I need my own, like just to,
Yeah.
because I've been peopling all day at work.
Yep. Yeah, and my wife, for example, she's more introverted than I am, and thankfully, she very much understands the need for that recharge. And we don't drain each other, but we also both understand I don't ever want to be draining on you, so we're going to give each other
Space.
some space. You know, if she goes into the bedroom to read a book and closes the door, I'm going to do my best until it's time for me to go to bed to just let her be and not bother her. Now, we have kids, so that is a little harder sometimes than
Yeah.
others.
Yeah.
Right.
But the understanding that and knowing that she understands that if I go off by myself sometimes, that's very comforting too, rather than thinking that.
So do you think it's kind of 50-50 in population and people to be introverts and extroverts? Or, I mean, I wonder how many people, because
I don't know.
I mean, here we are, 100% of us here are introverts.
I know some extroverts. I know some. I know a lot of people who would be considered extroverts. Yeah, I don't know what the percentage, and I wonder what time has done to that. You know, when has the internet age what has that done to people's social batteries?
And just the busyness of everything. I mean, think about traffic. I would think that would force people into introversion. I mean, it's like, I'm so exhausted out here. I've got to get by myself and have some peace. And so I wonder if just the busyness of the world and the internet is a big part of that.
Right.
But also it's how many people and the size of the cities and the hustle and bustle and the news, everything hitting you
all at once.
all at one time, constantly.
And it's almost, it's a weird thought too, because you spend time in your phone or in your computer or whatever, and you're more inundated with pretty much social interaction. So I can be completely by myself interacting with the world. So is that introversion or is that extroversion?
It's a little bit of both, I think. Well, in this, I just looked up to see if there was like a percentage of introverts versus extroverts. And this, it's high5test.com. So I have no idea what that even is. But it says most people tend to be ambiverts or somewhere in between. But a study conducted by American Trends Panel found that 77% of people fall somewhere between the two personalities. 12% were very extroverted. 5% were very introverted. And 6% did not indicate a response.
5% were introverts?
Yes. Well, very introverted.
Okay.
Saying like they're like almost non-functioning in society.
I would consider all of us a very high functioning introvert.
For sure. You can have a conversation. You can put yourself out there. I mean, we're doing this.
And it's not going to like make me feel like I have to take tranquilizers or anything if I go to a party.
Right.
But I'm going to be happy to go home and be in my bed.
Right. But this, remember that book that I brought in for, I think it was a sales personality thing, that book that was called Quiet? This has a little quote from that it says that book claims that it's anywhere between 30 and 50% introverts. So it
So
seems like
close to half and half. Then.
Yeah, it's about half and half, maybe a little bit different.
But I'm trying to think of who I know besides Zach, probably, who's an extrovert.
I mean, I think I probably know some just from working in a sales environment. Salespeople tend to be very extroverted.
Let's go back to Ryan.
Yeah. Like,
There's one right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But most people I know that I hang out with are introverted.
I think there's a lot of people who are extroverted that claim to be introverted too.
Yeah.
Because I know, I won't name them, but I can think of a couple people right now that would be like, oh, I just like to be, by myself. But they're the ones that are always trying to pull you out and get you to go do something and get you to, be involved in stuff. And like, well, I don't know if you're as introverted as you claim to be,
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It is an interesting topic.
So I wonder if it's hereditary.
Well, and like, because there's that Myers-Briggs test. Have any of you ever taken that? Are you introverted?
Yeah, I'm introverted.
Me too. Have you ever taken that?
No, I worked for a psychiatrist for 10 years and never took it.
Okay, well, I mean, it's interesting. I think it is anyway. But I know that mine is introverted. I just didn't know.
Yep. I don't know much else about this one. You guys?
I don't either. No.
All right, let's cut it a little bit shorter.
And sweet.
Since the last one was a little longer.
Yeah, that's right. I'm interested in what our listeners think. Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? What are your thoughts about what we've said? Is there somewhere in between? Whatever, open discussion on what you want to say about that. If you want to get a hold of us, the best way to do that is through our email address. And that email address is Mom.
My mama done told me podcast@gmail.com.
Hey, nice. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we also have some social medias, and those can be found, Lauren.
In the Shoinoids.
Shoy nights.
We hope
Switcheroo.
Yeah, the old switcheroo. We hope you keep your minds open and be kind to each other. Until next time, this has been My Mama Done Told Me. My Mama Done Told Me.
Wow,
That's a
that vibrato.
I'm Jeff. That's Lauren. That's Mom. Bye,
that's the
everyone.
mother.
Love you.
Love you.
Mother load.
I'm the brother load. That's the sister load.
The mother
Oh,
load.
ew.
Oh,
Weird.
there's nothing wrong with the mother
It's
load.
weird. I don't
The mother load
I don't
just
like the
means-
word load.
Or payload.
Oh, it's because it means the ship is full of good stuff. Well, she looks like Princess Leia. If Princess Leia was a brunette.
Princess
She
Leia
is.
is a brunette.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was kind of like redhead.
Totes.
No,
Nope.
it's brown. That's so loud.
My glances are dirty. Okay, should we do episode 20?
Sure.
Let's do episode 2.
20.
Oh.
20.
2-0.
10 whole
Hummy,
weeks.
ooh, ah, you're the next
Ooh, ah, yeah.
contestant
Contestant
on
on
Brain
Brain
Drain.
Drain.
What do we got from Johnny?
What do we got from Johnny? G-U-I.
I don't even know what that is.
Batman Forever.
Let's take
Oh.
behind. Let's see what's behind Thick Skull number 1.
Oh, that's Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember that one.
How to break down? Maybe.
Breakthrough. Breakdown? Maybe.
My work raises too many questions. Sometimes.
Good grief.
Surf's up, you big kahuna.
Ooh.
Nice
form,
a little rough on the landing. He may have
have
to settle for the bronze.